Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for joining. Let's see how many people we actually, since we just started, I'm gonna wait for a few minutes for people to join up. But we're going to be doing the live cutting for what I have been calling my banana bread clutch. This particular pairing was with my banana pastel possible het pied boy to my girl Raven, who is a cinnamon pastel or pewter 100% het pied girl. So there's lots that I can expect to get off from this particular pairing, including the potential to see pied. We have a total of 7 eggs out of this. One egg did go bad. The very beginning, probably within the first 5 or 6 days, and I pulled that from the rest of them so it wouldn't affect anything. But we are going to get right into cutting this clutch. So let's switch right on over. And as you can see, again, I use that Husbandry.pro to track everything. So I put all of my little QR codes on each of the bins, and it helps when it comes to peeking in on things every time I take a look. Like when I pulled that bad egg, I can scan that particular clutch and I can put the notes right in there. So it helps me keep track of everything. And look at this. As you guys saw from the thumbnail, I had several of these had already started pipping earlier this morning and late last night. That's why I scheduled this to do the live today to begin with, because I saw the pipping. So this will actually be a little bit of a easier egg cutting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 out of the 7 have actually cut through on the egg, so it'll make life a little bit easier. But we're going to get right into this, and I'm going to let you guys get a little bit of a better zoom in so you can see as I'm doing this a little bit easier. So there you guys go there. So we're just going to start off. I'm just going to start off from this edge and make my way. And one of the questions that I actually got asked when it came to getting everything set up for this particular clutch, when I did the last cutting, somebody asked about when it comes to the scissors that I'm using and stuff like that. Do I sterilize them and everything before I do the cutting? And the answer is yes. I go through after I'm done a cutting itself. I'll wash them really good, but I also use a little bit of alcohol to sanitize and wipe them down just before I do the cutting, because there is a chance when you're doing these cuttings of getting some of the blood vessels in the cutting and getting a tiny bit of blood. So it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to cutting things off. So this baby right here looks like a super pastel cinnamon instead of just a normal pewter. It looks like a super pastel, just with the head blushing and the super light grays on there. So no banana, no pied looking on that. So we're off to the next one. We'll move this one over here. And I cut a little bit more of the eggshell off on that one because it was already pipping, so I'm not too worried about leaving it closed off or anything like that. This one will just use part of the hole that the baby already created. And that looks like probably just a super pastel from the initial looks on it. He's got some of the extra blushing there. It might be just a normal pastel, but unless they pop their head out, I can't tell all the way. Oh, you don't have to pop your head out right now, just because I asked for it. No? Looks like that might actually be a possible super pastel. Move that one off to the side. And again, I paired this with my Banana Boy, so that's kind of what I am hoping to get out of some of these is some bananas, and banana cinnamon would be really, really nice. And we got our first banana. And there we go. We have a banana cinnamon right there. I can definitely tell with the purplish hue on there that there's cinnamon in there, but again, we're going to have to wait until they actually come out of the eggs for some of them to be sure 100%. And for those of you watching right now, one of the other things to take a look at is after we're done this live stream, I will be doing a live stream for Patreon only members, just kind of going over a little bit more on this clutch, what I was looking at getting out of it, and some of that kind of stuff. So if you're a Patreon member, then you should already see the link posted on the Patreon forum. If you're not, for as little as $1 a month, you can join up. And look at this little baby. Super gorgeous. So we got another banana cinnamon mix here. Or that might be, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see the head on that one. So far, nothing that's showing off any pied, though, unfortunately. Ooh, look at that one. Looks like another super pastel cinnamon. From the looks of it, very, very gorgeous. So flip things around here a little bit. another banana baby. Kind of getting this one open a little bit on both sides. So there we go with another banana. Again, very, very, very beautiful. I love what the banana does, and mixing in the cinnamon in with the banana, it just adds a whole new level of contrast to the banana morph. Now these last two don't have any actual pipping yet, so I'm going to pinch these to do the initial cut. Give us a little bit of a window here. And another banana. It looks like another super pastel banana. Again, with a lot of these, I'm gonna have to wait until they come out completely out of the egg to be 100% sure on the super pastel, because that banana kind of matures a little bit and after a couple of sheds. But these are initial IDs, giving us a good idea of what we have. Still not seeing any pied, so let's hope out of this last one here. Nope. Looks like just a normal pastel. So a little bit disappointed that I don't see any pieds in the mix. That doesn't necessarily disprove the Pastel for my boy Anubis as of yet, because I'm 100% sure on the pied het for my girl Raven. It's testing out my boy Anubis as far as whether or not the het actually showed up. And Adam, the pairing was a pastel banana, possible het pied, to a cinnamon pastel het pied girl. So pastel and the banana to a pewter, cinnamon pewter. You get pewter from either the black pastel and the pastel, or you get it from the cinnamon and the pastel. Some people say there's no difference. I can see the difference between my cinnamon girl and those that I have that are black pastel. I can see a little bit of a difference. So some people say that's all the same exact thing, but it's one of those I won't breed those together, because you can get a lot of, that's how you make like the super black pastels and work at getting like the panda pieds and stuff like that. But that's not something that I'm ever looking at doing because of the major kinking issues and the duck billing and other things like that, which aren't worth it in my opinion for breeding aspects of having to deal with that. So we'll do another little overhead here with all of the babies. So overall, very good clutch. I'm very, very pleased overall. Like I said, kind of didn't get the hit the lottery with the pied, at least not visually that I can see with them coming in their eggs. But who knows what we'll see when they come out of their eggs in the next couple of days. So these will get put into the incubator, and in a few days they'll come out, and once they're all out of their actual shells, I'll put them onto a couple pieces of paper towel, and on this, give that a good drench and let them stay right in the incubator until they shed out to begin with. And thank you very much, Chrissy, for letting me know that it looks like a really nice clutch. I appreciate that very much. I think it came out to being a really, really nice clutch as well. So I'm definitely not complaining at all there. Oh, it's a little warm in here. I actually remembered to turn off the fan to this room because I can't hear it. The last live stream, apparently it was going on the whole stream and nobody could hear it. Everybody could hear it the whole time, so sorry about that. Some of those things that I don't take into consideration when the background noises and sounds and stuff like that. Yeah, breeding black pastel, the black pastel, or anything like that is generally, at least from my book, it's something that I won't do. I'm not going to judge people who do the mix as far as the black pastel to cine and black pastel and all of that. But with the rate of failure, the rate of kinking, and the rate of duck-billing and other birth defects, regardless of incubation temperatures and stuff like that, you're going to be ending up culling more than what you're creating, and I just don't think that it's a viable pairing that should be done in my book. That's, again, my opinion there, but it's definitely something when you're breeding it. You can do like a super mahogany gets very close to the blacks of a super black pastel or a super cinnamon. So there's other ways down that road to getting the dark snakes. And don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the dark. I'm actually looking at possibly adding mahogany into my collection because I want some of the darker genes, and I want to see what that kind of stuff does with like the bamboo and some of the other stuff that I work with. So, but anybody else have any other questions or anything else they'd like to comment on this particular clutch? If not, I'm gonna end things here and get ready to move over to my Patreon stream. So again, thank you everyone for very nice, Chrissy. Very nice. I always weight all of my females when it comes to weights for breeding. I think the lowest weight is actually a friend of mine's, albino girl. She's probably one of the lightest ones that I have at just around the 1400 gram mark. But generally speaking, every other female that I have is 2,000 plus grams when it comes to the breeding size. So I get it when it's not old enough yet. It's one of those, that's the patience and the waiting game that we have to have when it comes to breeding, is making sure they're at a proper healthy weight. But again, thanks everyone. If you want, please feel free to join me to the Patreon after party. But until next time, I'm Jack, and you've been watching Python Addiction.